Hey guys, it is Velvet, and welcome back to more Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Before I continue, well, the game's already playing, but, I lost the live commentary for this video. I don't really know what happened. I fully, recorded everything for, the next 3 videos, actually, which is very unfortunate, considering this is a first playthrough, so I think having the original commentary is very valuable, but I digress. But, I finished recording, and then I just checked over to Audacity, which is what I used to record, and just nothing took at all, and I don't know why, because, I restarted the program and, tested it, and everything was working then, so don't know what the hell happened there. But it happened. And, take this as a lesson to not get complacent, folks. Always do test recordings to make sure everything is working properly. Because when you do stop testing, that is when it stops working. You'll go so long and you're like, I haven't had a problem with this for so long, I'm probably just good to go. You are not. Your complacency is a lying bastard. Do not listen to it. But anyway, what I'm doing right now in the video is, now that I can push blocks, I'm going to a bunch of different locations that were once blocked off to me. Ha, blocks. And just going to explore them. And I'll just be kind of cutting between a whole bunch of them until I end up actually progressing, because I do. I tried not to. I kept going to places where I'm like, there's no way this leads anywhere. But it did, eventually. Because, I wanted to get all the exploration out of the way. Oh, this room sucked. So, this is another short room, but, that green demon to the left there, he has a card. And it took me a very long time to get that card. It was about the same amount as the flower enemy, I think. A half hour or something stupid. But we got a HP max in here, so that's good. And I think this is probably it. I don't know why I would have cut to it if this wasn't it, but man, am I not. Yeah, there we go. And, right, I panic ran into it there because after the flower, after realizing the cards can despawn, I'm like, nope, not happening again. And here we got the Apollo card, which says, God of Sun, Music, and Prophecy. Has the potential to create explosives. So I wasn't able to figure out how to do that immediately, so I did end up looking it up, and it's a button combination. Yeah, there we go. It says on screen there that if you press whenever you have the Apollo card equipped with anything, it will throw a projectile. I'm not good at pulling it off, because I'm not a fighting game player, really. I think the most I've played of a fighting game that was a true fighting game, not like Smash Brothers. That's a platform fighter. It's different. Was Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and I have no idea where that game is now. Oh, this one was really cool, where you just summon the spears from the ground. So yeah, I'm just going through each of the combinations, seeing what I get from it. I don't know why the game calls those stalactites. Those are clearly spears. And I believe, yeah, this one is also really cool. Casting meteors. I cast it again because I wanted one to hit the guy, and it only does 67 damage, which is not terribly much. Though it does cover the majority of the screen, so it probably useful for screen clearing like that. There's your poison cloud. What element is this? This is... Oh, wind, yeah. That one's really cool. Didn't hit anything with it. No idea how much damage it does. But I was fond of it. And then electricity. Just whipped it right over his head. And what am I doing now? I did the video editing a little bit ago. I haven't recorded the... Oh, I see. I'm not cutting probably because there's like something really close to me. So yeah, I don't know exactly why I made each particular edit. Wow, I'm low on health. Yeah, there was one right here. Okay, that makes sense. Man, the art in this room though. Oh man, I hate poison enemies so much. And like, you can tell by how I'm playing that I'm terrified here. Because like, yeah, and then I get poisoned there and I'm like, well, I got my MP max. I'm using my antidote right now. I don't want to get killed by poison. That'd be embarrassing. And then... Where is this on the map? I did not cut to a map. I think this is like... Yeah, it's there. Okay. Why did I edit it like that? Like, I'm keeping it. It's funny because, and I'm already commentating over it. So... But, like, why did I do it like that? And yeah, now you can see me, like, jumping into... Oh, I love the music in this area, actually. It's so cool. But you can see me just jumping into walls everywhere, because, like, now I know that there are hidden walls, so I'm like, well, now I gotta check. Hey, Mr. Archdemon. I still think it's really weird how late you get the... Hey, MP up. How late you get the box pushing ability. Because, like... Mr. Nathan Graves, how hard is it to push? I don't know. I work with boxes. It's not hard. I just think you're a coward, Mr. Graves. Anyways. But now that we have box pushing abilities... It's time to get dive bombed by the Griffin, but also now we get some block pushing puzzles. That one's just like, hey, you should push boxes. Yeah, boxes to jump on them. But then we get like here where it's like, hey, you need to break a block, and then you want to push the block. They probably didn't intend for you to dash under that, but I did. And you can't push blocks that have things on top of it. That is the thunder armor, I believe. Yeah. Hey, bud. I really just tank damage a lot, huh? Why do I do that? It's because I'm impatient. But, like, it's funny watching it, because I'm, like, looking at it, I'm like, man, that was incredibly avoidable. And I just let that happen. Like that. What the hell was I doing there? I could have avoided that. Man, past me, I am so confused by some of your spur-of-the-moment choices. Like, they're spur-of-the-moment, so you can't expect too much, but also, aren't you supposed to be good at video games? The greatest joy of editing or post-commentating is making fun of yourself. Oh, good thing I chose this direction first, because it is a save point. Are you kidding me? I try to jump over him so I don't have to fight him, or at least that's what it looked like. And then I just hit him anyway. Please. So many moths. Oh, this is a fun little puzzle room. If I can just kind of go around the moths. Or I can kill them all. That's not really necessary, yeah. Because of how... Yeah, I'm looking it over it here because I'm like... I want to make sure I know what it requires of me before I make any move and lock myself out of the solution. So we want to start it by pushing the top block. And that allows us space to break that one down there, which gives us more room to push that block, and now we can drop this one down from above, and it creates us a platform in order to dash under that little ridge thing. I don't know what word it wants me to use for it. I'm calling it a ridge until I come up with a different word for it in the spur of the moment. I'm just looking at the bone towers like, you know what? Nah, not worth it. Ah, right, there's that heart there. I don't think I've gotten these yet. As far as I've recorded, I have the means to get those, as well as the one in the previous area in, like, the underground museum, or what it was called. But I haven't gone back to get them yet. That'll be the next thing I do. But we'll get to that bridge when we get to it, because that is multiple videos off. Right now, I am just staring at the map. Just go up, buddy. It's not too confusing. Oh, is this just a point where I paused for a while and then didn't? That's probably it. Or maybe I was, like, thinking and rambling to myself. I don't have that commentary anymore. I have no idea what I was thinking, or if I was even there. I should have recorded this post-commentary a bit early, shouldn't I? But, I didn't, so you get to have me being confused by myself. I don't want the stopwatch. I think there's actually... I don't know if it's something I realized or something I, like, read, but I think there's a reason for me to have the stopwatch for something. I know that I'm pretty sure that's true, but I don't know where I learned it or how I learned it. Hopefully I learned it in game, and then I'll be able to refresh my memory by looking at video. Hey, potion. We have precious few of those, always. Right, me going down to just double check what I need. So yeah, I think we wanted us to break that, because if we pushed this down here, then it would have sandwiched that block, and then we couldn't have pushed anything. Everything must be done in the right order, you see. I'm just checking that wall up there for hidden walls, it looks like, even though there wouldn't be one. Ah, holy armor! These guys sucked. I get a handle on them eventually, but it takes a little bit. Because, like, they hold their sword forward and shoot a beam, but they can also shoot it up or down a little bit. So it's not quite as simple as just staying out of their path. Yep, there we go. And we get a fight a poltergeist with a heart's max increase. Was it in this recording set? I think it must have been, where I had, like, the little... I had, like, a couple minute... Like, I think it was, like, a 2-minute long ramble about poltergeists, about how, like... We're not killing the poltergeists, we're just destroying the furniture it inhabits. And if that's the case, does that mean that each set of furniture is the same poltergeist, just moving to different places to attack us? I ended up settling on no, because... Jesus Christ, me. Stop landing on the sword. I settled on no, because... you can have multiple poltergeists attacking you at once. So, either that's a very strong poltergeist that can inhabit multiple sets of furniture at once, or there are just multiple poltergeists. But either way, you aren't killing them unless the Hunter Whip can damage the ethereal, which it actually might. That makes a degree of sense. But I like the interpretation that you're just destroying the furniture, and it's like, come on, man! This is my only connection to the physical world. What the hell? Me trying to, like, figure out how to, like, cheese my way up there. Which you can. Though I wasn't able to make it up there from there. There is a solution to this, but it is not what I'm doing. I'll clue myself in momentarily. I think this is... yeah, I think I'm realizing it now. Or am I? What am I doing? No, I haven't realized it yet. There we go. I noticed the block in the wall there, and I'm like, wait a minute. We can reach that from the other side. And so, you push this out here. And then you do a running jump like that, but you actually land it properly. I never actually ended up using the lower block, but now that I'm looking at it, that was there so you could have a foothold up here, wasn't it? Not that you really needed it at all. Yeah, that was just me healing, so I cut that out there. No sense in, like, sitting there and watching me stand still for, like, 5 minutes. Less time than that, but hyperbole, you know? I just keep getting knocked into the door by this succubus. There you go. And we cannot ascend up that way just yet. Yep, me dutifully checking the walls. Grisly. Yeah, if you say so. I need to redo my nails. They are chipping a little bit. Which, very untopical for Castlevania. But it's very important, you see. You know what? I'll do a bit of it here. I'm not gonna, like, remove the nail polish entirely and reapply it, even though I should. Because it's just a little bit that's chipping. I'm just gonna service the chipped area. The hardest part about doing your nails, unless you're ambidextrous, is putting it on your dominant hand. I'm getting better at it, but I'm still pretty bad because I am very right-handed. Like, my left hand is not good at basically anything, which is a shame. I wish I was ambidextrous. I should train myself to be ambidextrous, but that's a lot of work. Hey, a strength ring. There, I have filled in the polish. Now just to wait for it to dry so I can put the top coat on. Me staring at this yet again to just figure out... Right, yeah, I jumped up here because I'm like, there's gotta be something up here. Like in this wall, yeah. Here it is. And then I immediately panic and leave the room because the Holy Night is absolutely terrifying. And I'm like, you know what? Not today, thank you. My brain cells are working. I'm piecing it together slowly. Why am I jumping like this? I can just jump on the ledge and stand there. Okay, so yeah, I push that there to break the one on top. So that I can get rid of it, so I can actually push the block once I get it down to me. And then I break, I break, I break, I push, I drop, I ascend, and I push and drop twice more. And now we can traverse. Why do I not have my fireballs equipped? I need this for wall checking. Yeah, I think I look at that and I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna actually heal. There we go. I did have the fireballs equipped, I just didn't have them active, it looks like. And then now I switch to my healing. And then I stand there for like 2 minutes replenishing my MP and healing, I think. And I look at that and I'm like, yeah, that's good enough. And then I immediately get into this room and I'm like, oh my lord, there are 3 of them in here. And they're all in sync. And I am bad at dodging. But hey, that's one. Right, do I really try to take care of this one but from below? I guess I have to, because there's no way I can stand on that platform with it right there. I could go around. But yeah, that's completely safer anyway. Let me check on that wall. Oh, hello. Why am I making noises as if I'm the one playing right now? I don't need to react to this. And then, yeah, I look at that and I'm like, oh my god, I am terrified. I didn't cut out this healing, it seems. Don't know why I didn't. It's not too big a deal, because I don't have a huge MP bar, unless I end up standing there for like 5 hours to replenish my MP. I probably just skipped over it. It's probably short. Yeah, this is probably the end of it. Yeah. Probably short enough that I just skipped over it and didn't really think about it. And there is a heart up in the top right, but that is another one of those you must learn to fly before you get them. Which we have not unlocked the power of flight yet. We've just barely unlocked the power of putting our back into it. And right, that was an HP up, so there was not really a need to stand around and heal. But alas, I did. Because I didn't know. I didn't see it yet. How could I have? Other than taking another 2 steps forward. But, like, why would I do that? When I can instead be a very passive defensive player and just go like, hey, I'm just gonna sit here and heal. I tried to duck under its sword. Doesn't work because he swings the sword up. So if you try to duck under it, he's going to swing the sword up and just cut your throat out. Not very pleasant. Would not recommend. In case anybody was wondering and if anyone was looking for plans for the weekend. Hello, Mr. Archdemon, my nemesis. I see I'm learning how to take care of the grizzlies. Just don't enter the range where they wind up their punch. And I'm probably gonna take one to the face right there. No. I thought for sure. I'm learning. It's a Christmas miracle. Hi, Miss Succubus. Bye. Hi. Another one. 2 of them. Gotta double check those walls. Ah, more block pushing puzzles. I think I cheesed this one a little bit, actually. Oh yeah, yep, I definitely do. So, what I do here is, because the blocks aren't locked to a grid, I push it just a little bit forward. And then, rather than using all 3, I just let this one down and push it on top. And then there's enough space for it to just barely hang on there. I'm not actually sure you would have needed all 3. Oh yeah, because it wanted you to put all 3 down there so you can cycle through which ones you're pushing a bit better. It's a bit hard to explain, so if you get it, you get it. If you don't, well, know that the game wants you to use all 3. But you don't need all 3. And thus, I will not use all 3. And I see that top corner there, and I'm like, there's definitely something there. I would have put something there. And lo and behold, there was something there. So much MP max. It's a bit absurd. I don't need all that magic. I barely use it. Because I found the card that works for me, which is this cycling fire. And I'm like, you know what? I choose this one. This one's mine. I think my nails have dried now, so let's put the top coat on where I had to reapply. Maybe I should just put a top coat on it all, because that's to help prevent it from chipping a little bit. Nah, I'll just do the ones I replaced for now. Because I will fully reapply them later. This is just a temporary measure. So, I think what that cut is about is I'm pretty sure that is where I ended the video initially. But in post, I have the power of foresight. And I know what happens next, so I decided to continue this video a little while longer. I go in there, notice that there's a boss there, and decide, you know what? I don't want to fight the boss just yet. Let me explore what's to the right here, which is some dryads and a golem. And the golem has so much defense, but it does not seem to attack. So I kind of feel bad attacking it. Like, and then you destroy its legs and it's just crawling on the ground. This guy was just here. He was just chilling. Like, he was... Why? And I think on the return journey, I just don't fight him anymore. Because I'm like, you know what? This guy has done nothing... I think I skip ahead of this one too, actually, yeah. Because I'm like, you know, this guy has done nothing wrong in his entire life. And then that's where I find that this is where you pop out into that little corridor that you fall into at the start of the game. It's a kniffy, a knife, and max HP, which is always incredibly welcome. Every time I pick up the regular knife, it's just so frustrating, because I don't need it. I would rather have the cross. The cross is just so much, I think I think the cross is the best weapon in the game. I can't see the other ones being as useful. I think the axe would be very circumstantial. It would be helpful, but it's very circumstantial. Whereas the cross is just, I think, factually the best. When we walk into this room, and it is Death. Classic Castlevania boss. Was in the first one, I believe. And he just throws his little scythes at you, shoots his energy balls. And, does that little bone spear thing, which is very intimidating. I was very afraid of that, I believe. We don't do a lot of damage to him, though. 23 damage per pop. Why am I not using the cross at all? Once more, little bit of a stab. It's fine. The electricity balls weren't super threatening because they're very projected and then they're slow, so it's just you just run away from them and you're fine. What am I doing here? Oh right, yeah, I switched to the ice balls because I figure they do less damage against Death himself, but I'm not using them offensively. I'm using them to serve the purpose of deflecting the sides. And give myself a much bigger buffer so I don't just keep getting sniped out of the air by these things. Which I think was the correct play. I still need to actually, like, play well, but it was the correct play, I believe. This guy has so much health, but there we go. Now it is Form 2. Where he's like this... I don't know what the hell this is. He became like a praying mantis, which is certainly a choice. But what he can do here is that he can, like, increase gravity on you for a little bit, so you move slower, jump lower, and then as soon as it wears off, he charges up, like, a smash attack, where if you're on the ground when he unleashes it, it does damage to you. That's what that glyph in front of him is. It's him charging up that attack. And then, yeah, this is me going, well, if I can't get near him without being scared of him cutting my face off, why don't I just use the long whip? Which was not a bad choice. But you may notice in the top left corner that I have the cross and 154 hearts. So, why not just use the cross? Use the cross. Please use the cross. You keep it for a reason. It is a fantastic weapon in the game. But instead, I decide I'm going to eat crosses, or eat scythes to my face. I guess these are sickles, not scythes. Scythes are bigger. They're both curved blades at the end of a stick that is traditionally used for, like, agriculture. Rather than killing people. It's harvesting either way. And, unfortunately, not to break the tension or anything, but I very much chose poorly. I do hang on there for, like, a good chunk of time, but, like, it is just not enough. Because one problem I have is that, especially because the Earth Whip has such a long wind up and wind down, I throw it off before I am safe. So anyway, on that death, thank you so very much for watching. I hope to see you in my next post-commentated adventure, where I actually defeat death. Have a fantastic day, alright?